HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Markup language. And HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and this is a markup language for describing web documents. Okay, HTML is a markup language for describing web documents. Web documents. So so we can implement using HTML. So this is the HTML is a standard for tagging text files and achieve fonts, colors, graphics, and in the web documents. So for example, so this is the website. Okay, GoToMeeting is a website. So you can see this website. This is the website content. Okay, this is the body of the HTML tag. Okay, so first of all, you can see the HTML syntax. HTML syntax. Doc type HTML. HTML tag. So within this HTML tag, header section and body section. So we have the two sections in HTML form, header and body sections. Okay, so this is the sample syntax for the HTML documents. Okay, so I will explain what is this doc type and header part and body part. So this is the syntax for the HTML forms. So take this example website. So this is the HTML form. Okay, in this HTML form they use CSS also to look and feel the application. So this is the HTML form. So we can see this form HTML source code, click on inspect. You can see this total HTML code. Okay, so what they used in CSS concepts, CSS classes, all these things we can see. So this is the HTML form, and we can see this total content from the body tag only. Okay, in this header tag is used for include JavaScript files and CSS files and meta tags and title HTML title tag. So like this. Okay. So markup language is a set of markup tags. Language is a set of markup tags. Set of markup tags, and HTML documents are described by HTML tags. HTML documents are described by HTML tags. So each HTML tag describes different document content. In HTML form, each tag describes different document content. For example, so we can include unlimited number of paragraphs in the HTML form. Okay, so this is one paragraph, so we can include some example paragraph content, and another we can add another paragraph also. So like this we can add unlimited number of elements in the HTML tag and with the different content. Okay, so this is the syntax for the HTML documents, HTML form. So first of all, we have to know that HTML versions. Okay, HTML versions. So we have the number of versions available in HTML. So from the first version onwards, HTML 1.0. So this is the first version of HTML. This is the first version of HTML. First version of HTML supported inline images and text controls. Text controls means text boxes. Inline images, image tag. Image source attribute. We need to provide image path here in source attribute, and height of the image. So these are all attributes. Okay, source, src, and height and width, all these are attributes. Okay, attributes means additional information of the HTML element. Next, alt attribute. So this is the inline image syntax. And the text controls means we can use input tag to include text elements like text boxes in HTML documents. Okay, so this is the first version features. Okay, this first version supports only inline images and text controls only. So there is no tables, and we can't specify fonts, and we cannot change the page backgrounds like using CSS. Okay, so there is no another features is there in HTML 1.0 version. So 1.0 version is very limited forms of styling and presentation of content. Okay, so the features of HTML 1.0. First one, we cannot use. So alt is the alternate text. If you don't have any image to display, you can specify the image name, so that image name will display in that place. Okay, so if you have image, you can specify that image path. So that's it. uh, so using HTML 1.0, you could not so not features. So this only inline images and text controls is the features of HTML 1.0. And using HTML, you could not do like you can't use HTML tables. Okay, I will explain tables also. And the second one, you can't specify font to like font size, font styles. Okay, like this. And the third one, so we cannot change page background also. Okay, change page background. Page background nothing but so nowadays we can add page background, background color, background image, and so number of effects we can add to the HTML forms using latest CSS uh, properties. Okay, so we can add animations also in the background, so we can add videos also. So but in HTML 1.0, so there is no features. Next, so this version is released in 1991. Okay, and the second version is HTML 2.0. This version released in 1995. Okay, released in 1995. This version supports more browsers. This version supports more browsers. Like in first version, HTML 1.0 supports only like IE. That's it. So in the 1991. So after HTML 2.0, so this version supports more browsers like Chrome, okay, IE, like this. So HTML 2.0 version features is first version is forms with a limited number of form elements such as text boxes and option buttons, such as text boxes and option buttons. Okay, and second one, we can change page background. Okay, we can change page background. And third one, we can use HTML tables. Okay, in the first version we cannot use HTML tables, but in second version you can use HTML also. So this is the second version of HTML. And the third version, HTML 3.2. Okay, so this is the third version of HTML and released in 1997. Okay, this version is released in 1997. And this version supports for creating tables and expanded options for form elements. And this version also allowed add web pages to include complex mathematical equations. So this main feature of HTML 3.2 version allows us to include complex mathematical equations. Okay, so this is the third version of HTML. And from HTML, so next version is HTML 4.0.1. So this version is released in 1999. Okay, so from this version, so the website's look and feel is changed. Okay, so because so from this version, style sheets is enabled. So like we can add .css files and we can change the entire look and feel of the website. Okay, using CSS in HTML 4.0. So this version, in this version, we can use style sheets, and from this version, it is possible to change. It is possible to change the look and feel of the website. Look and field of the website. Okay, so like if you want to change uh, page background. Okay, if you want to change page background, you can change that background style, like a background color or background image. Okay, you can change that background style in .css file, so it will reflect to the entire application, so that application look and feel is changed. So this is the main advantages of HTML 4.0, and the current version is HTML 5. Okay, the present version is HTML 5. So the latest version and the current version is HTML5. So this is released in 2008. So here this HTML5 version, number of features is there. First feature is new doc type, and the second one figure element. Okay, figure element, and third one, so no more types for scripts and links. No more types for scripts and links. Fourth one, local storage. And fifth one, mm, so fifth one is email inputs. And the sixth one, header tag. And the seventh one, photo tag. Next, eighth one, content editable. And ninth one, canvas. Okay, so these are the main important features in HTML5. Okay, and this is the current version of HTML, and these are the main features in HTML5. Okay, so first of all, if you want to start with the HTML, okay, if you want to implement one example HTML form, okay, like registration form or login form, anything. Okay, so you can use Node. First of all, we need HTML editors to implement web documents. Okay, you need HTML editors to start work with HTML. Okay, so the example editors, so we can use Adobe Dreamweaver, okay, so you can use these editors like Adobe Dreamweaver and Microsoft Expression Web, and the third one Coffee Cup HTML editor, okay, and the fourth one Sublime Text, fifth one Notepad, so Notepad also we can use, and the sixth one Notepad++. Okay, so these are the HTML editors. So to use to implement HTML forms. Okay, so mainly Sublime Text and CopyCup HTML editors are using to implement real-time applications. Okay, almost all companies are using these two editors, and Adobe Dreamweaver also. So these three are important. So you can download Sublime Text or CopyCup HTML editor, or you can use your Notepad also in your system. So if you are using Notepad, open Notepad in our system. So there is a 4 steps to uh, complete our HTML form. So open your Notepad and write HTML code like sample example. Doc type HTML and HTML form. So within this HTML, so we have two sections, header and body section. Body section. So in this example, I want to display sample paragraph content. Okay, so we can use p tag to display paragraph contents. Okay, so for each and every tag should starting tag and ending tag. Okay, end tag start this end tag like this, and end tag should be like this, slash and element name. So this is my sample paragraph. Okay, so this is the sample content. Assume that. So this is our sample code. So open Notepad and copy this one, paste here. Save this Notepad with the .html extension. Okay, if you are using Notepad, save that Notepad with the .html extension. Sample.html. Okay, so if you are using Sublime Text or Adobe Dreamweaver, so there is a templates for HTML forms. Okay, directly you can create HTML forms. So now our sample example is stored in this folder. 9/26/2017. Okay, so this is our sample form. So run this example. So our paragraph is displaying in the browser. So this is my sample paragraph. Go to inspect. You can see your HTML code. Okay, doc type HTML and HTML tag, body section and header section. In the body section we have one paragraph only. So now, so what is this doc type HTML? Okay, so what is this doc type HTML? So anyone can tell me what is this doc type HTML tag? Anybody?